I'm finna tell y'all why y'all don't eat at people's houses that got roaches. So when I was 16, right, it used to be this midget from 18 that lived in my hood. And since she lived on our block, she used to be cool with all the homies. So we would hang out at her house. Now, one thing about my hood is damn near every apartment over there is roach infested. But the thing is, some will be worse than others. But the midget homegirl from 18 had it the worst. I'm talking about she had roaches so bad that her car had roaches. If you ask her to take you to the store, prepare to see some roaches on the way there. So anyways, one night it's me, my brother, my cousin, the homie, the homegirl, and the midget homegirl hanging out. This around the time ecstasy was still popping and shit. So we all popped the pill. Now, you know, if you ever fucked with X, when you on X, you gotta drink water and shit, right? That's when I asked my cousin, I'm like, shit, y'all niggas got some water? He like, nah, but old girl got some water in her refrigerator. Now, me knowing how bad she got roaches, I'm thinking in my head, like, never. I'm finna go to the gas station and get my own shit. So that's when I tell the homegirl, I'm like, hey, bail with me to the store. Now, the homegirl, she was like a Baby D off Friday type of chick. Like, she dressed like a girl, but she moved and sounded like a Crip. She from a hood not too far from my hood and shit. So anyways, we get the bell into the gas station, right? And as we walking, the X is starting to kick in on the homegirl, causing her to be in the mood, if you know what I mean. Out of nowhere, she just get to saying, fat naked white girls with flour all over them. Fat naked white girls with flour all over them. Now I'm looking at her confused, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why you saying that? She like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting wet than a motherfucker. And I remember seeing a porno with some fat white girls rubbing flour all over them. And that shit was just nasty as fuck to me. Every time I think about that shit, it turned me off, and I'm trying to turn myself off right now. Now, remind you, the homegirl got some turquoise dickies on, and a wet spot show up on dickies good than a motherfucker. So anyways, we go to the gas station and walk back to the midget homegirl house. And the whole way back, old girl still saying that fat girl with flour shit until she stopped. So when she stopped, she like, man, fuck it. I'm like, what you mean, fuck it? That's when she ended up stepping into the light. And when the light hit her pants, all you can see is a big ass wet mark around her cat. That's when I'm like, damn, yeah, I see your ass wet than a motherfucker. You wouldn't believe what she had the nerve to ask me next. She looked me dead up in my face like, success, eat my pussy, cuz. In a deep ass man voice. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. She ain't say that shit. But that's exactly how she would have sounded if she said it. But anyway, she wet than a motherfucker, right? So now she want me to walk around a corner to her house so she could change pants. So, you know, we walk, get her pants changed and shit, and then we go back to the midget homegirl house. Now, my cousin, he fucking the midget girl. So when we walk up in the house, they on the couch under the blankets and shit. The homie sitting on the couch next to them, and my brother sitting in the chair. The first thing I noticed when I came in the house was a roach crawling on top of the blanket that they was under. That's when I'm like, hey, a roach crawling on top of the blanket. But they too busy in the conversation they was having before we came in. So finally, you know, the roach crawled under the blanket with them. I'm like, hey, a roach just crawled under the blanket. Midget girl gonna look at me and say, so? I'm like, damn, her ass really used to these motherfuckers. So anyways, you know what I'm saying? We get to rolling up some weed and shit. And since we all high off X, they got a water jug on the floor that they keep passing it around. Except for me, my brother, and the homegirl. Now, you know when you rolling up weed and sometimes you drop a nug or a little bit of weed on the floor and shit, and you'll pick it up and put it back in the blunt? Out of nowhere, my cousin get to wiping his hands on his jeans, screaming like, ah! So we get to panicking like, what? What the fuck going on? Turns out this nigga seen something on the floor, and he thought it was like some weed that he accidentally dropped. Turns out it was a dead roach that been stepped on. So he picked that motherfucker up and was about to put it in the blunt. So we all like, what the fuck? Oh, that's crazy. Like, good thing your ass realized that shit. So after that, we just chilling, right? And we watching some crazy ass movie or some shit. But remind you, we all off X, so they still passing around that water jug. That's when out of nowhere, the homie like, hey, turn the light on real quick. We like, for what? What you want to turn the light on for? That's when he like, I think I see something. I swear this shit was nasty than a motherfucker. Soon as they turned the light on, it was two baby roaches coming out the egg in the rim of the goddamn water jug. Right in the rim right here. Where you put your mouth at. Everybody in the house like, oh, hell no. They damn near finna throw up and shit. I'm laughing in my head though, cause I'm like, I knew not to drink nothing out this motherfucker. So after that, we out of here. Like, this shit sick. And everybody left except for my cousin. He like, I don't give a fuck about the roaches. I'm finna get some midget cat tonight.